2026年3月21日，一位名叫桑迪的女子前往美国北卡罗来纳州格林斯伯勒的圣母恩宠天主教堂祈祷。她这次祈祷的内容是圣母经文，祈祷过程中，她真切地感受到与上帝同在。完成祈祷后，教堂里却突然发生了一件令人毛骨悚然的事。视频画面显示，一名坐在教堂最前排的男子突然歇斯底里地吼叫起来，而此时教堂里的其他人纷纷为他祈祷。过了一会儿，一名女子将圣水洒在男子身上，没想到男子反应极为剧烈，看上去痛苦不堪。桑迪看到这一幕震惊不已，他不敢靠近，只能躲在远处观察，同时努力让自己保持冷静。考虑到当时在场的人几乎都是女性，他担心会有危险发生，于是赶忙叫来了警察。警察赶到现场后，了解了大致情况，便走到教堂外警戒，以防意外发生。不久后，牧师终于赶到了教堂。 牧师为男子进行了驱魔仪式，之后男子终于平静了下来。桑迪目睹了整个过程，感到十分不可思议。他直言，这名男子肯定是被恶魔附身了，才会有视频中那样的表现。这段视频很快在网络上疯传，现场其他人也从不同角度拍摄了视频并上传，人们对此议论纷纷，提出了各种疑问和猜想。桑迪针对人们提出最多的3个问题做出了解答。第一个问题是，那名警察来到现场究竟是做什么？
So I've seen quite a few comments asking about the officer and what was the officer doing there. So this was during adoration. And during adoration, there's usually not a priest there. It's specifically for spend a holy hour with God, pray a rosary, sit meditation, journal. It's honestly one of my favorite things to do. I was trying to light a novena when this began to happen. So at first, I was kind of gaslighting myself as to what was happening because, I've witnessed this before. But when I saw this man in torment, I knew that I had to sit down and pray for him too. I began to record because this is so unbelievable that if you were to tell somebody this, they will not believe you. They will think you are crazy. Also, for our safety, there was women in there, all women. And unless you've witnessed and sat through something like this, you know that they can become very violent. So this was actually going on for about 15 minutes or so. So I ended up leaving to go to the office so that they can get the priest to come, but the office was closed. At our church, there's a school that's attached, and there just so happened to be a teacher there. And, I started to tell him, like, hey, how can we get a priest over here? And I was trying to tell her what's going on. And when I told her, she was like, I don't think she believed me, to be honest with you. And she said, okay, you need to go down to the office and you need to tell the officer, and they'll get in contact with the priest. And I said, okay. So I ended up going into the school, and the officer was right there. The officer, and I don't know, it was an older man. They were very kind, very nice. And I walked up to them and I told them, I said, there's a man that needs help. He's demon possessed. At least that's what it looks like to me. And I don't think they believed me either until I showed them the footage. And that's when they were like, whoa, I was actually going to leave. I was going to leave. But God didn't want me to leave, apparently, because I left my hat in the church. So back I went and continued to pray. And literally moments later, the officer came and then the priest showed up. I'm sure the officer was there in case any force was needed, because unless you've witnessed something like this, it can get very violent. So the officer ended up coming to where I was, and he thanked me. He was like, thank you so much for telling us what's going on. I was like, yeah, no problem, And once the priest tamed it, I went ahead and left.
第二个问题则是一些质疑声，有人嘲讽说男子的演技非常好，对此桑迪平静地做出了回应。
He's a good actor. You know what, Jen? I'm not surprised that you feel this way. This has been the exact response that I have received as a child from the very first time that I witnessed my first demonic possession. After the first time that I witnessed this, I was so terrified. I was so scared. I was so shocked. I went on to tell my friends. I told teachers. I told my family members. Nobody believed me. They labeled me crazy. They labeled me mentally unstable. They mocked me, to the point that I just stopped talking about it. Then I had nightmares from the time that I was 12 until I was 28. Now, it is not my job to shift anybody's belief system, but I am a truth speaker and I stand on what I believe. And also, I'm okay with agreeing to disagree, but be careful, because God, universe, whatever it is that you believe, has a very funny way of putting you in somebody's shoes. But if you know, you know.
第三个问题是大家最为关心的最终结果。
I honestly don't know how it ended. I don't even remember him getting there. I feel like he just kind of appeared. Because once the priest tamed the entity, I decided it was my time to go. I didn't want to risk any type of eye contact. So I left. To be continued.
那么看完这几段视频，你有什么看法呢？你相信鬼附身是真实存在的吗？欢迎在评论区分享你的观点。 一位名叫阿曼达的女子，今年年初刚搬进新家。起初一切进展顺利，购置家具、打扫房间，所有事情都按部就班地进行着。但没过多久，她发现家里有个房间透着说不出的古怪，那里时常传出奇怪的声响。每次阿曼达踏入其中，都会不由自主地感到毛骨悚然。房间里堆满了各种杂物，还有一个黑暗的洞口，不知通向何处。
So I just moved into this house like 2 weeks ago, but I am extremely afraid of this room back here. I've only been in it 4 times. The first time was to come and look at the house, and I looked at it, and then the second time was to get a bed frame that was up here. The third time when my sister was here, and the fourth time to put these boxes up here. And that's where I went, to the top of the stairs. Literally the top of the stairs, because I was too scared. But this is now my 5th time up here. Tell me why. Okay, I think it's the neighbors, I'm not sure. But why is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 over there, and there's 3 behind? Why is there 21 mattresses up in this room? This hole on the other side of it, it leads to a big open space that I'm fucking petrified of. I only looked in there once. What is that noise? I think it's my neighbors. Okay, I think they're underneath this room, which is not a part of my house. I think it's the garage, which the downstairs people get. But this door, or this thing, I put this up last time I was up here. Wait, let me turn my flashlight on. Okay, flashlight is on? No. On. Flashlight can't be on. Okay. There's a whole other couple of rooms back there, but I'm too scared. Just put that back up there. I think it's the whole rest of... Oh shit.
这个房间乍看之下只是个普通的阁楼，但里面竟堆着几十张床垫，显得格外诡异。此外，墙上有个洞口，里面漆黑一片，似乎能通向别的地方。阿曼达害怕极了，很快便用一块门板将洞口封了起来。第二天，他把母亲接了过来，想让母亲帮忙看看洞口里究竟藏着什么。他告诉母亲，洞口就在墙上，已经被一块木板封住了。可母亲进去查看后，却告诉他墙上根本没有什么木板。阿曼达满心疑惑，回到家后立刻前往那个房间一探究竟。
Okay, I picked my mom up from Toronto yesterday, and I wanted to show her the house. So of course, I showed her the spooky room. And I must have left the light on up there. I don't remember leaving the light on. But I stood at the bottom of the stairs and I made my mom go up the stairs. And I was like, Mom, look into that wooden spot over there. And she's like, what wooden spot? That's because it's down there. Yeah, no. There's cushions back there. No. I told my ex about it and he said that it was probably the draft that did it. I don't know, I'm gonna put it back up. So maybe it did slip. Maybe I'm just being a little bit crazy. The draft in there is insane. Okay. I gotta get this to stay up there. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's secure. I come up here again and that's on the ground. I'm gonna lose my shit. This is actually a nice wardrobe. I wonder if I can carry that downstairs. That is nice. I hope that's my foot tracks. Can't even see out the window today. Ooh, that's a nice picture. That'd go nice in my kitchen. Oh! Okay. So it must have been the draft. I'll have to get somebody to come and nail that on or something. Or I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna go get some nails right now. Because that.
原来那块木板似乎是被风吹落了，房间并无其他异常。不过有人注意到了阿曼达未曾察觉的细节，洞口处有一个看起来像是供某种生物使用的碗，而昨天阿曼达进来时，这个碗好像并不在这个位置。此外，洞内似乎有一双发亮的眼睛，阿曼达当时根本没注意到。鉴于这些情况，阿曼达决定在家里安装监控设备，看看能否发现什么异常。没想到几天后，监控真的捕捉到了诡异的画面。倘若这些怪事都能用气流来解释，阿曼达或许不必如此紧张。但在2026年1月29日，发生了一件更为诡异的事，吓得他魂飞魄散。
I am freaked the fuck out. I just got home and tell me why my chairs are like this. Like what the fuck? I literally still have my coat on. I come walking through the fucking... Oh my god. I'm like shaking right now. I just went and dropped my daughter off to her dad's house. And all the chairs were around the table. What the fuck? Oh my god. I need to call my mom.
这次事情远不止物体移动那么简单，原本在餐厅里摆放整齐的椅子，此刻变得七零八落，还有2张竟被摆到了餐桌上。阿曼达百思不得其解，家里并未丢失任何物品，难道说他真的买到了一间闹鬼的房子？